Okay, we are live. All right, we are live. All right, I think it's official. Your eyeballs are literally broken. Look. Peach sparkling water in the fridge. Okay. So, it has been a day, my friends. It has been a day. So, my director has shown up. He left earlier under the premise that he didn't have anything else to do, so he was gonna head out. So anyway, he went and took a nap, but he's back now. I think he probably actually left because he'd been searching for the price gun all morning and he couldn't find it. So I think he might have been a little frustrated. So he headed out. And then I go up front and it is literally right next to the computer, the price gun. So anyways, it's been one of those days. So we've had a lot of boxes show up. I still have a couple boxes that I haven't even cracked open yet, but I did want to show you guys a lot of the new goodies that arrived, because we have some stuff we have like a new board program from Penny Black. We have a number of restocks from Arden, which I am really excited about because I wasn't sure if we were going to get them. And we have new paper rose, which is awesome. Hi, Diane. So I'm going to just get started because it's a little bit of a weird time. So I don't know who all is going to be. Oh, no, I know what the price is. Okay. So where to start? Let's start. Yeah, you know what? It's right in front of me. Let's start with the new paper rose. So, the new line that just arrived is gorgeous. So this is called Lakeside Memories. And we have a number of parts and pieces. I already have to do a restock order because these have been, they've been going very, very quickly, okay? So Lakeside Memories, we have the 12 by 12 collection, and I'll show you the papers here in a minute. We have the embossed die cuts, which is always a favorite. And I love the golden retriever. So the 12 by 12 collection kit is $18.50. The embossed die cuts are, I grabbed the ones that were not priced, but I believe $10.99. And then we have two 6x6s for this collection. We have the Lakeside Memories, which is basically the 12 by 12 smaller. And you get 18 sheets in here for $8.99. And then we also have the Lakeside Memories Basics. Now, a lot of times in the Basics, they did this in the Poppy one and the other line you're going to see. They took just different designs from this one and kind of supposedly more subdued ones, I guess, and did it in the Basics. But for this collection, we have really, really gorgeous plaids and polka dots, and they're really, really pretty. It's like a teal and a kind of like a burnt straw. Is that a color? I don't know if that's a color, but anyways, really pretty. And so those are $8.99. And then we also have the cut aparts. So the cut aparts from Paper Rose, these are a great value because you get 18 sheets in here. Okay. You get these 6 designs and you get 3 of each one, but these are for the fussy cutter. So you get a lot of elements in here, but you do have to fussy cut them out yourself. And what's different about those is that when you get the die cuts, they have that embossing on them that we all go bananas for. So let's take a look at the papers here. Okay. So we do have all of the papers in open stock as well. I'm pretty sure I didn't get them all unwrapped yet, but there's more Lakeside papers on the table too, just so you know. Yoo-hoo. Okay. Oh my gosh. And you guys, I have to tell you, I'm looking at this video on my computer and it looks really subdued. But in person, these are stunning. So the yellows and the oranges of those sunsets are way more vibrant than what seems to be coming across. But then again, maybe your monitor is different than my monitor. So, okay. So let's take a look at these. So individual sheets, these guys are $1.65. And, you know, for my out-of-towners, if you need a few of these, I can pull them for you. So, I like to have them in order, which doesn't always, I don't know why I like to have them in order, but for some reason I do. Okay. So, let's take a look at these. All right. So this is Lakeside Memories A. This is going to be kind of your standard 3x4 cut-aparts. And you have a couple of different sentiments on this one, which I think are kind of nice for, you know, some outdoor, some water activities. But really, you have some gorgeous, gorgeous images. I mean, those ducks, even the fish, look at that golden retriever. So when I was growing up, my dad had, he had a golden named Hank. And I have the cutest picture of me riding, as little, obviously, like way little, riding Hank like a horse, because I was that little. I think somebody might have been holding on to me, but so this always makes me think of Hank. And so, anyways, that's A, and then you've got a nice kind of a I don't know, a chevron-y pattern on the backside. This is a fun one. So this one has the butterflies and the dragonflies. It's got a light blue background. Hi, Kelly. A light blue background, but the butterflies and the dragonflies are all in this really like neutral pattern. So a couple things that I see that I really like about how they did the paper. If I take my paper trimmer and trim straight down here, I'm going to get some nice columns for borders, which is cool. But also, they're small enough and the color is kind of subdued enough that, like, if you put, say, a die cut of vellum or something over this, you could still totally use that as a background and it would be beautiful. And then there's a nice wood pattern on the backside. Okay, so this is one of the papers that really struck my fancy. First off, the B side on this one is fabulous, especially for doing like 12 by 12 scrapbook layouts. This is a great base page. But this one is the one that just really struck me. So I don't think that they've done a layout like this one before. Okay, so we have 4-inch panels, and then there are different pictures of different sizes on here. So given that this is 4 inches, this is probably, gosh, maybe only like 1.5 inches. I don't have my ruler. So, but see, you've got some little images here, which would be so cute, like on the inside of a card, or if you were doing, you know, an easel card, that could be right down at the bottom, or it could decorate a pocket or something. So that's a cool one. And then these you could cut out and just use as the image, or you could take your nesting die cuts, one with like maybe a little deckled edge, or even a rectangle with a dot, or some of your circles, even ovals, and die cut that, and you're going to just get a gorgeous image. So you've got images of all different sizes, which is really, really fun. And so you got 3 of this size, which is neat and kind of unique. But I mean, look at those. They're just gorgeous, you guys. Okay. So then we're on to D, and D is kind of interesting, especially if you're going to be doing like mini albums, or scrapbooks, because you have these journaling spaces. So this one has your full calendar. You could make marks there. You've got your little notes, but you also have even more beautiful cut aparts and some, you know, sentiments for if you were going to make cards. And then this side, excuse me. I love this. So this is just, it doesn't look like, it looks like a photo, okay? So it looks like realistic rock. So if you're working on scenes and things like that, this can be a really, really fun one. And then for those of you guys that have fishermen in your life, or maybe they just like to eat fish, or maybe they like to raise fish, whatever the case might be, this one is just a whole bunch of fish, but it's not super busy, again, because the fish are kind of in this color palette, and the background is light enough that the fish stand out, but it doesn't create a whole lot of busyness. So it's really, really a thoughtful all over fish background, if that's what you thought you were looking for. Well, hi, Meryl. And so then you've just kind of got a distressed on the back of that. And then there is this one. So this is not a layout I have seen in paper either ever, or at least in a really, really long time, and I don't remember. So we have 3 images here that are 4 by 12. So this is so interesting for scrapbookers, because if you were going to take and you wanted to make like a double page layout or something, right? You could easily cut that, and this can be your outer border on one side, and then you go into you know, the rest of your pages as you were going to design it. And you could even just put a little strip here just to kind of seal that off or whatever. But these were, it's like they were designed to be that way. But for card makers, these are fantastic too, because as you look at these, they actually do have separated sections of the image, if that makes sense. So like up here, you can just stick some nesting dies or a little circle or something and capture that image, and you can cut it apart. And you've got your duck, and you've got your other duck, and then over here you've got like this kind of cool just with the lilies and stuff, and then you've got it with the boat, and then you've got the sunset, you've got the cabin in the background, and then you've got this really cool one here that's got the reflection. You even have kind of a little bit of cool stuff up here. So you could actually make these into a whole bunch of different sizes. Really, really fantastic. And then this is that pattern that kind of coordinates with the blue one that was on page A. Okay, so that is A through F of Lakeside Memories. Now, these ones, I think you can see most of what is here. There's 6 different designs. You get 3 of each. And these are going to be those beautifully printed ones. They are a little bit thicker usually than the paper. And you do have to fussy cut these, but they are a great value. Okay. So this one though, this one, my friends, is the one that always takes my breath away. It doesn't matter what the line is. Well, it does, but, I just find myself, every time I look at these, I find myself just wowed by the technology, okay? I don't know how they do it. There's a machine, but maybe they're the only ones that have it because nobody else seems to be doing this, right? So these are the embossed die cuts for Lakeside Memories, and they have this amazing embossed detail. Okay, so this is what I mean about, I just find myself so amazed. So if you look at this little image with the duck, see those little tiny birds right there? Let me see if I can even get this to catch. Can you see that? Those little tiny birds, those are all embossed. What? So you get beautiful images and you get this detail. So it just makes for the most striking embellishments. It's like crazy. And look at the colors in the mallards. I mean, you guys, it's like, so gorgeous. So gorgeous. Yeah. I mean, really, look at that. So, $10.99 on the embossed die cuts. And these ones are always popular. So a lot of times I end up reordering these for various lines multiple times because they're fabulous. Okay, so that is Lakeside Memories. Oh, yeah, you could. Yeah, that's a great idea, Meryl. And then it would save you from cutting like, from like half the cutting. Yeah. So I wanted to show you guys also, we got in the birthday line. Okay. So, I think this is most of it. Okay. So I don't know if all the pieces that I ordered are here. Because I was actually not in the store. Hi, Trey. I was not in the store yesterday, and he got all this stuff checked in, so I don't know if some of the stuff sold out, but I think this is most of it. So this is the birthday fun. And this collection came out, I think, right before Lakeside. So this one is a really nice birthday line because it isn't super kitschy. It's a nice watercolor pattern, and it does have some animals, and you can't go wrong with animals, right? So we have the 12 by 12 collection kit. That one is $18.50. Oh, I guess you probably haven't checked those in yet. That'd be why. And then I do have some papers here. Let's see. I'm getting kind of a sneak peek as I get them organized for you. Okay. Okie doke. And it's funny because some of these, the B side is better. But, okay, so this is Birthday Fun A. This has your cut aparts, but they're like all over the place in size, right? So you've got a 4x6, you've got your 3x4s, you've got a little banner, you've got some smaller ones. But I mean, seriously, you guys, how can you not love this little face with the party hat? I mean, so cute. So I will tell you guys, because I know other people have been talking to me about it. Next week is Lawn Fawn release week. Release date is Thursday. And there are birthday themed things in there that are really fabulous. So I guess they've already sneak peeked the cake die. And so that one is a really good one. Our stuff is already on the way, and they'll be doing more sneak peeks as, you know, as it gets closer to next Thursday. So we've got paper, and then we'll have other accoutrements to go with it. So, and then we've got the little cupcakes on this side. Now, you guys, here's another thing that could be really interesting, okay? So, if you took this one, and I just noticed this. Let me see. Because a lot of times when they do scatter designs like this, they aren't this far apart. And so I'm kind of wondering, this is the die that coordinates with one of the waffle flower sentiment stamp sets for the postage collage. But you can just buy the die by itself, okay? And so I'm wondering, hold on, because I have to see. Look at that. Oh my gosh, that is going to be so perfect, you guys. So if you're into the postage collage and you want to do some little embellishments to add into your stuff, or even you want to decorate stuff with this and just make little embellishments, look at how cute that is. That fits perfectly. Okay, so this is the one that has that little postage round edge and the stitching. And then you'll have the most adorable little cupcake on the inside. The best part is, you guys, this little die, $3.50. I mean, really? It's like, yeah. So, if you already got this, which I know a lot of you guys did, think about that for this kind of paper or some of your other, you know, decorative papers. But this is exciting because usually you don't have that much space. So it means you'll have a lot of room to work with. So this one is Birthday Fun B. So for scrapbookers, this is going to be a really fun page. Oh my gosh, it is Friday the 13th, isn't it? Hi, Connie. Oh, I didn't even remember. Oh my gosh. Well, that's good. It hasn't been an official Friday the 13th kind of a day, so that's good. But this is the side. So this is one of the papers where the B side is the better side. In my opinion, it's more useful. But this one, you have that all over, like that big striking image, which is cool. This is the one that just has these really useful, and they're stunning. They are so beautifully watercolored, okay? And you can definitely tell just by the way that they're done. And then that one is C. This is your 3x4s, but this one is also designed to be tags, okay? So it's not exactly, I'm gonna take it back because not, yes, kind of 3x4s, maybe a little bit smaller, because when I look at this, it's like the continuous pattern. There's just a little bit around the edge. So these tags are slightly smaller than a 3x4. So actually, if you cut a 3x4, it probably would work pretty well as a mat for this. Just, you know, given my dimensions here. But this is so cute. You've got more dogs, I mean, and the cat. Look at the cat. Okay? But then you flip it over to the B side, and you've got stunning rows of candles. Okay? All watercolored. And then we've got Birthday Fun D. So you've got the balloon border at the bottom, which gives you a lot of room to work with up here. And these are always popular patterns when they come in, these alcohol ink kind of backgrounds. So that is the background of that one. And then we have E. So this is a bold diagonal stripe. Not the reason I got the paper. This is the reason that I got the paper. You have a birthday dog strip all over this paper, and I could not love it more. I don't know what to tell you. I just love it. So anyways, that's the main papers. And then we did get in a few of the basics just because they were good coordinating ones. So we have Birthday Fun Basics F, and it's just got a nice polka dot. And then you've got this gorgeous cake. Now, if I could make cakes like that, oh my gosh. Of course, they would be chocolate on the inside. Just, you know, just letting you know. Okay. And then we have two 6x6. We have the Birthday Fun, which is basically it's the 12x12 just shrunk down. And then all of the basics in a 6x6 as well. These guys are $8.99, and you get 18 sheets in there, 18 double-sided sheets. So we don't have all of the 12x12s in open stock, but the 12x12 collection kit or the 6x6s gives you all the patterns. And then, look at this. The die cuts. Oh, these are so cute. Oh my gosh. Okay. Look at that, you guys. I mean, look at that birthday cake. And I mean, yeah, that dog. Oh my gosh. I feel like I just want to go adopt a dog. Never. Oh, it's so hard. I want a dog. Oh my gosh. Look at how beautiful these are. Oh. Can you guys see? I hope you can see all. I realized I was just showing myself and maybe not you guys. Yeah, that figures, doesn't it? Oh, I might have to, yeah. But look at that. It's just, oh my gosh, it's so amazing. Yeah. I don't know why I'm always blown away, but I am. I mean, look at it. He's just too cute. Okay. So those are the embossed die cuts. So that is Lakeside Memories and Birthday Fun. Okay. So we got in a bunch of other new stuff. So I'm going to show you, oh man, there's so much stuff. Oh, before I move on, I want to show you guys this one too, because this one just came in. This is called Honeybees, and it actually cuts these really cute little outlines of the bees here, and you get 3 different sizes, which is nice. But you also get that bigger base outline, so you can do the little bee on a vellum or a pattern or something like that, and then this one in like a glossy black or whatever if you wanted to. Okay, so this guy is $15.50, and that is the, oh, there you go. You can kind of see what it'll look like. They're really, really cute. Okay, and then we got enamel dots back in a handful of colors. Somewhere there's also a gold one. So enamel dots are a really good way to add bling to your cards or your scrapbooks without a lot of dimension, because they pack a very, especially these, because they're glittery, right? So they pack a really sparkly punch, but they're relatively flat. The other thing that I love about the Marianne Designs ones is that they have a whole bunch of the tiny ones. And then they give you a couple of the other sizes, but really you get a whole bunch of those little ones. Okay. So we have silver, we have gold. I also got in yellow, because yellow is kind of a gold, kind of a light gold. But this one, if you're doing like florals or bee things, something like that, this is going to be a really, really beautiful one. Okay. So that's the difference between the yellow and the gold. And then this one is always one of my favorites, because this one is called pink. But when you look closely, it has gold glitter in it. So it looks so just not like baby pink. It just looks almost like coral, or I don't know how to explain it, but it's just really pretty and a little unexpected with that gold glitter in there. So these guys are back in stock, and they are $5.50, which is great, because I mean, look at all of those that you get. It's like crazy. Okay. Next up, you guys, I wanted to show you, for those of you guys that watched my crafting on Saturday, some of you guys even joined me, which was fabulous to have you there. Saturday morning, I did coffee and crafting, and we used this really fun, it's called Blooming Peony set from Pink Fresh. So this is just one big rubber stamp, and then it is a 7-piece stencil. So if you want to kind of figure out how to do, you know, layering stencils, where to start and that kind of stuff, watch that, because that is a really rose gold. Yeah, that's a, thanks, Meryl. I'm coming up with all kinds of complicated names. Because we go through kind of how to figure out your stencils and all that kind of stuff on that video. But I did a number of different options with this one, and I hadn't shown you. I don't even think I took a picture and posted it. So I wanted to show you guys, because I just loved how this card turned out. So this is that Just a Note from Waffle Flower. I think it's like maybe, I don't remember off the top of my head because it's on reorder. Maybe it was like $6.99 or something. But just look how fun this is. So I matted it on a vellum. That vellum adhesive, you guys remember us, we've talked about it. It's in that purple container. amazing, amazing stuff. This vellum is stuck down with that, and you cannot even tell. I mean, seriously, game changer. And then I also used, so you can use any of the, you know, nesting dies that you have in your stash. But I had these on hand. So these are the A2 dies, nesting dies. And they have the little piercings. So these are the ones that have just the dot as the element. But you guys, $19.99. It is a great price. And they come on a magnet sheet. So we have those ones in stock, and I think it just really adds to how cool this card turned out. Okay, and I have we do have these also still if you didn't grab your bundle. So normally it's $37.99, and we have them on special for only $29, which is a really good deal for 7-piece layering stencils and a rubber stamp. One of the other things that you may have seen if you were in the store, but I don't think I showed you guys yet because it came separate from the coffee toppers that we talked about a while ago. So I'm always on the lookout for good coffee stuff because coffee, right? So this is just a little paper pad of coffee themed papers, okay? But not all of them, like these are not coffee themed, but they're in that color scheme. So you can use them as the accent pieces. And I think you get like 2 of each, okay? So you got the beans and you got some various things. Kind of a little bit of a mixed media coffee thing. Are you talking to yourself? Okay, so this one is $7.99 and you get, this is 16 double-sided sheets. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. So, and I don't know what GSM they are, but they're like not, they're a cardstock weight, but not overly thick. Okay. What to talk about next? Okay. This one, I had somebody ask me to order this. I don't know who it is. So if you were waiting for this one, it's now back in stock. This is the drinks and cocktails. I didn't take notes of who wanted this, so I'm sorry, you guys, because I cannot remember. But this one is a great one because you've got, you know, your whiskey. You've got, what is that? Maybe I'm terrible at this, you guys. I love guessing these things because I never get them right. And I don't know. Aperitif is what that says, but I don't know. Okay. There's your beer, your champagne, your tequila, your rum. I don't know, a fruit blended something, everything that's ready to eat, wine, and some other sunset-y drink. So these are the 3D toppers. It kind of covers the whole gamut. $9.99, and you get 10 different designs, and each one has 3 layers. Those are going to be great with that really thin foam tape that you got. Donna, you are here. I was just going to mention that too. Hi, Judy. I was just thinking, oh, if Donna was here, she would be happy about that tequila one because there really is not very much stuff out there for tequila. Probably because, given a choice, I don't know. It's good with mixers, I think, right? So, okay, this one, this is the PET tape from Arden. And our first shipment of these was sold out so fast, okay? Because you get, I think it's like 5 meters on here, or, yeah, 5 meters, okay? But, so this is a nice plastic, kind of a sticker tape, but it is a sticker tape. So when I pull this apart, okay, all of this is 100% sticky. So you don't have to worry about your adhesive showing, anything like that. And you guys, I mean, look at this. It is this like frosty, vintagey film kind of thing. It is so fabulous. Oh my gosh, that is so much better than I even thought it was going to be. So if you put pictures in here, look at, it's going to make them like vintage, old-timey, movie-looking pictures. Are you guys loving this as much as I am? And yeah, I picked a tequila, so because, you know, oh my gosh, I did not look at this like that the last time because I just thought, oh, well, it might make your things kind of blurry because it's a little foggy, but it doesn't. It makes them like amazing. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Okay, so $7.50 on this. This one is back in stock. All right, let's talk about the other Arden stuff and various other things, okay? So, we sold out of the first round of stamps, stencils, that kind of stuff relatively quickly. And I was pretty sure we could get more back in because they were made in the UK. And it was the tapes that I wasn't sure of, but they're here. So anyway, these stamps are back in. I priced one of these. Okay, $12.99 on the, what is that, like a 4x6? So you guys, these are phenomenal stamps. So this first one is called Letterbox Remnants, and it makes like little postcardy looking kind of things, but you have a cool frame. The script is separate. You've got a border here, a corner, the border that kind of coordinates. You've got this cute little strip of lines, but they are a little bit distressed looking. You've got two different scripts that you can use. So really fabulous stuff, you guys. $12.99. That is Letterbox Remnants 1. Then we have the Ledger Wings. This is the one that in the first shipment, I only was able to get one of. That was literally what they had to ship me. So we have this one now back in stock, and it has, again, look at all of these things. So if you like doing sort of those backgrounds where you do some ink and then you want to put some stamps down, but you know, you struggle with trying to get them to be part of the background, right? Okay, so part of the background, that's where these kind of stamps are gonna really, really shine because there are no straight edges, okay? As this kind of comes out, it fades off a little bit. You can even see that on the backgrounds behind the butterflies and the dragonfly. But so, because one of the things when you're doing a background and you're stamping with, like, even let's say with this one, right? So when you go to stamp with this one, if you just create your background and you just stamp it, it is going to look a little bit like a rectangle. So it becomes more of a focal when it's a rectangle than part of the background. When you want it to be part of the background, you want to only have just part of it stamp, okay? So that's why a lot of times with the bigger rubber background stamps, people don't even put them on blocks. They just use their hands. This is going to be one of those things that just helps you with that. So that's the Ledger Wings. And then we have Artful Ledgers. Okay, so they're all 01. I don't know why. All right, so this one, again, is going to have just, I mean, you guys, look at those little tiny stamps. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. These, I think, are like, where is it? Do you know where that coupon book is with all the little stamps in it, the green ones? Could you find it for me? Okay. We'll come back to this on another day when I can find it. But so you have kind of this uneven lines and you've got some more backgrounds. So another really good one, that's called Artful Ledgers. And then the stencil is back in as well. This is the Letterbox Collage. So you just have, I mean, look at that. It's so fun. And you guys, with how crazy we are getting about the waffle flower postage collage stuff, These are going to be so fun to have. Okay, so the stencil is $6.50. These stamps are $12.99. Now, these I haven't had before. I'm pretty sure. I don't think I did. Okay. These are slightly bigger stamp sets for even more goodness. Okay? Goodness. I don't know. Oh, Donna. Yes, they would. So these bigger stamps, they're only $14.50. Okay? So $12.99 for this size is a great price. Less than industry standard. And $14.50 is still less than industry standard for stamps this size. So fantastic. And look at this. You've got like a cool film strip. You've got a number of different backgrounds. Love this. This is going to be so useful in stamping those backgrounds that we were kind of talking about with some of these others. Oh my gosh, that just looks like a smudge, right? And so I'm loving this. I didn't even look that closely at it. So $14.50, this one is called Maker's Mark. That would be why. And then we have Maker's Sentiment Clusters. So if you guys have followed Katie Petite when she was with 49 a Market, she was the one that really did all the designing for many, many years. And then they parted ways and she landed at Arden. And so that's why if this looks kind of familiar, it's because you might be used to some of that from the 49 a Market side. But one of the things that she did in a lot of her different designs was these kind of little scripty sentiments where all these words, a little bit different fonts, but they're all together, okay? So we have some that are negative fonts where the negative space is actually the word. You have some that are these just kind of, I don't know, crunched up together sentiments. Is that kind of a thing? So they're so great for doing part of your collage background where you still want some words. And you guys, look at how many stamps there are in here. It's like insane. So all of these texture stamps are great. You've got all of the foliage. $14.50. Hi, Kelly. Some of it, yes, a good portion of it. And that's all I can say. But they've already started sneak peeks, so I'm not letting the cat out of the bag. I just don't know how much I can say. I swear it's like a national secret. Yes. So what I suggest for Lawn Fawn, if you guys are a fan of Lawn Fawn or you're a fan of Birthday and you see stuff on the, like their sneak peeks, send me an email about, put me down for this one, that one, because release day, we always do our 10% discount on all the brand new Lawn Fawn. And I will pull it for you to make sure that you get it right out of the gate and you won't have stock issues. So, if there's anything you want from Lawn Fawn, that's the very best way to do it because I can't send out a pre-order like I have been able to in the past. I know. So, otherwise then it's kind of just first come, first serve for Lawn Fawn. And I will go live that morning so you guys can see it all too. Okay, so that's the Arden stuff. And then, well, that's just some of the Arden stuff. All right. There's more, my friends. There is more. Okay. So, the first release was this release called Hidden Creek. And one of the PET tapes that we showed you before had these little, it was like a 3-panel film strip with some foliage on it. That was from this release. But I wanted to get these in because this is really cool. So you guys, this is decoupage paper. There isn't a ton of the decoupage paper coming out, although we're seeing more and more, but there isn't a ton that comes out in varieties, okay? So I wanted to show you this because honestly, it looks like there is nothing in this package. Because decoupage paper is so thin. All right. So this one it has 4 designs, 3 of each sheet. You guys, this is 12 sheets of decoupage paper. It hardly looks like 1 sheet of cardstock. Okay. So you have three sheets of each of these little nature designs here. Okay. But they're so thin. So what you want to do with a paper like this is where I know, Donna, I know, and I didn't even tell you this was coming. This, of all the things we looked at, I don't think that we put this one down. So, could you grab me a bottle of the collage medium? Okay, so Ranger has multi-medium matte and the distressed collage medium, which are relatively close to being the same. And they are a matte glue that is, it's good for being the glue and being the sealer. So those are the kind of adhesives you want to use when you're using a paper like this, okay? If you use a tape runner, it's just not going to stick the way that you want it to stick. It's so thin that really what you want to do is you want a glue that you paint on, okay? Preferably in the bottle, not the squeezy bottle, but do you have a couple or just one? Yeah, that's great. Okay. He took a nap while he went home, so I can see the speed he's moving is perfect. Thank you. Okay. So, are we out of the collage medium? You just didn't bring it? Okay. I don't know what the answers are. I just got 2 no's. Okay. So multi-medium matte and multi-medium gloss. Basically, they are an underglue and an overglue. You've got a matte finish and you've got a gloss finish. So it kind of just depends on what you're doing with your project as to which one you use. The matte is probably the one that people use the most. And these ones are $7.99 and they're 3.8 ounces each. Now, for that's my everyday, Kelly, every day. So for those of you guys who have done decoupage before, like with Mod Podge, hi Amber. This is a similar product, but it's kind of like the next level up as far as products go in those kind of things. One of the things with Mod Podge is if it gets, like, if you're in a humid environment, it can sometimes get sticky again. So I made a clipboard with Mod Podge before I opened the store, but it was, it was a cute clipboard. But I had paper on it, obviously, because that's what you put on a clipboard. And then when I went back to the paper, I don't know, maybe I left it there for a little while. I have no idea how long the duration was. And my bottom paper was stuck to the clipboard. That's because I used the Mod Podge. So this would be used in conjunction, like in replacement of where you would use Mod Podge for a lot of your different projects. But it's going to be a better quality product and you'll have a better quality project when you're done. Okay, so the decoupage paper is $5.50 and really fabulous designs. And then also from that line, we have some rub-on transfers. So the rub-ons from 49 and Market from her designs were always some of the best sellers. And these guys are absolutely gorgeous. We've got, the butterflies and kind of that background type stuff that you know and love from 49 and Market kind of thing. So $9.99 on the rub-ons. Now, there is a brand new release from her. And this one is like, I think the line is called Page Starters. Okay. So this is a great one if you're going to be doing like mini albums or the 6x8 albums that 49 and Market puts out, or various other people have them as well. These are going to be really, really great as basics to get started. Okay, so I'm going to open this up because I have not yet opened it. I have to tell you guys though, when I unpacked the box, okay, I looked at this paper first. Actually, I looked at this one first, okay? And so I'm looking at it and I turn it over to see the cover and I'm like, there's no cover. What happened to these? Because to me, this looks like the back of the paper pad, doesn't it? You've got this down here, all of this stuff, right? And you got the title a little bit up here and the preview, that looks like the back to me. So I was fully expecting a front and I was like, are they missing something? But it's on both of them. So I guess they're doing that to, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know, because this is just a plain white paper. I think that's funny. So anyways, you get for, what is it, $9.99, I believe. Yeah, you get 24 sheets in here, and these are all going to be that 6x8. But here's what's so cool, you guys. So you can put this in your 6x8 album. The collaging is already started, okay? Really easy to know where to put a photo. And then there are some embellishments, and they're designed too so that, like, if you wanted to use the rub-ons from this collection, see how that yellow is still going to match, okay? So you really can mix and match these collections. But check this out, okay? So you've got this one here, you've got your 2 pages, and then on the back side you have just a beautiful sort of a B-side tone-on-tone pattern. And then you've got, you know, a bigger one here. But it's a different kind of a background, okay? So I'm just going to kind of flip through this quick because I think that there is a lot of value in this kind of a pad, and I want you guys to be able to see what's in here because it's so cool. So you get this tone-on-tone on the back of this one. This one has the spot automatically for 3. So I love, love, love this concept because it isn't one of those kits where they've really kind of, you know, sort of done a lot of the work for you. All this does is give you that very, very basic back start, and then you add your rub-ons and you add your die cuts and you add those kind of things. It is going to be phenomenal, okay? And you have really great on the back sides too. But I just love this. Now, there are a few in here, I think, I'm not sure how many, that this layout right here. So you can cut this, right? Like that. And now you have a 4x6 page, and you could use that for making cards as well. But again, you guys, I am loving this concept, okay? And it's almost like a muted rainbow of colors. So you've got a bunch of just gorgeous, gorgeous colors in here. Okay. So that is the page starters pad. And then, there's the page starters solids. Whew, man, I'm telling you, it's a mouthful. Okay, so this one here, I'll just kind of go through it because I think even if you aren't like a mini album person, this is going to be a really, really fabulous pack because look at that. You get the pattern without being pattern, right? So you get a light on one side, a dark on the other. I don't know how much of this is going to show up, but that's almost like it looks a little bit like a linen texture. They're flat, see that? But they have a lot of personality for being tone on tone. So if you're looking for some basics that are subdued but patterned, this is going to be a really, really good one to get your hands on, okay? All right. So that is the page starters and the page starters solids paper pads. And you get 24 sheets in each one for $9.99. So, okay. Go in the package. Come on. All right. Okay. Now, also from that line, we have a few other things that kind of just go with it. So we have the rub-ons, and this set of rub-ons is a little different than the other one. So you still have that kind of collage-y element background, beautiful rub-on thing. But you also have a page with a gob of sentiments. And you guys, we've talked about this before, but I am in love with my tab punch. All things tab, right? So when we were talking about the 49 and Market snap and swap dies, those tabs that are on the file folder die, and then they go on the tags, I am loving that. 5 different choices. But look at this, because you can also put those tabs, if you're doing scrapbooking or mini albums or even, you know, an embellishment like on the front of a card, you can do that tab right off of the top. And these are little tiny word rub-ons that will fit perfectly on those little tabs. I love it. Love it. Okay, so this really makes me want to sit down and craft. Like, as I was looking at the page starters one, I was like, oh, I do want to craft. So anyways, you've got a gob of stuff to work with on that one. And this is the page starters rub-ons for $9.99. And then we also have laser cuts, okay? So the laser cuts are going to be kind of, you know, similar to how you guys are used to with 49 and Market, but you get a whole bunch of foliage and you get a whole bunch of those other tuckable collage elements, okay? So $8.99. And then we also have the ephemera pack. Okay, you guys, yeah, there we go. Look at this. Ah, look at that tab. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Look at, so cute. Oh my gosh. And that is a small tab, but those are definitely going to fit. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. And look, you get a ton of them. So anyways, there's a lot of stuff in here. It doesn't even tell me how many pieces. If I just say a lot, does that count? They also have, I know when it was 49 and Market, they had these pieces too. You can't really see what it is on the backside. 117. 117 pieces in here for $8.99. Okay. I'm looking for, it's the little things in life, right? It is. Okay, these ones. I love these little pieces too. And those sentiments are going to be fantastic on there as well. But I love these because they do make really fun. If you don't want like the tab shape, those will make really fun little labels as well. Okay. Let me put these back in. So that is from the Page Starters Release is the name of this one. And those are the ephemeras, okay? So for Page Starters Collection, there isn't too much we need to, it's a small collection, at least what arrived here at the store. So we have the Page Starters and the Page Starters Solid, okay? We have the rub-ons, the lasers, and the ephemera. And really, you guys, that is what you need to start pages, okay? There also from this collection was a couple of die cuts and or dies. So I'm always on the lookout for these like single words that are good for card makers, things like that. But because different companies put out different fonts, and these, you guys, they're gorgeous. Look at how pretty that is, right? You have the 2 different fonts. It's $7.99, and it is going to cut really, really elegant. So what I would suggest with a die like this, my favorite thing to do is you put the Elizabeth Crafts adhesive on the backside and put it, you can even put it on like a matte foil cardstock, or, you know, one of your regular cardstocks would work too, but that extra adhesive gives it that little extra lift to give it really defined embossed edges when you cut these super thin lines, and you can't beat it. It's a sticker, okay? Bye, Connie. So you've got Thank You and Miss You for $7.99. I'm almost done. Okay, so then from Studio Light, I got 2 things that I just really wanted to show you quick. This really beautiful, delicate, detailed rose mask. So $5.50. It's a great price. And you guys, I mean, it's really pretty. You just get out your brushes, boom, you got a gorgeous background. And then this one. So I love my international companies because they kind of just put stuff together that I wouldn't always put together, but you know, sometimes it works. So this one is called A Cat's Secret. And this has a whole bunch of, it's just a whole pad of die cuts. Okay, so nothing in here has to be fussy cut. And you do have this decorative background, which makes it a little bit harder to see some of these elements. But nonetheless, you don't get the background when you pop them out. So, but it's this really pretty kind of rose pink, maybe a little Victorian kind of vintage cat. Could you imagine sitting your cat there with a bow and getting him to take that picture? Good luck. But I mean, look at that. Isn't that cute? So I think this will be a really nice one, and great for doing quick and easy cards. And you guys, it's $8.50. You get over 300 die cuts in there. Okay, now, oh God, it just keeps going, doesn't it? I had a lot of requests all in one week, so they got ordered for happy anniversary. Apparently we didn't have any in the store, so I ordered these in. Again, I didn't see notes on who needed this, so it could be that we found something in the store for whoever asked me about it, but I did know that I needed this. And we are loving these Jamie Rogers ones. Why? Because it's $7.99. You get this really great, like, thin, delicate sentiment, but you also get these 2 nesting label dies, which you can mix and match with the other sentiments in his collection. And they're all in this great price range. So, happy anniversary is $7.99. And then one of the most popular paper rose lines that we have ever gotten in was Poppy, what's it called? Poppy something. It's the one that we just got in a little while ago. And Colleen's doing a class on that one coming up in about a week and a half. If you saw the announcement about that. So when I saw this background die, this was actually not released with that one. This was from a different release, but I fell in love with this. Because on some of those more subtle backgrounds, if you did this in like just a shiny black, oh my gosh, it is going to be gorgeous. And you guys, it's only $18.99. So, for a background die. All right, now let's chat. This is the last thing I have to show you guys, I'm pretty sure. Okay. So, we got in some new penny black. This is a board program that I ordered at the show. Now, a number of you guys had stuff on order, and she had my email and forgot to add it. So that'll be shipping out next week. So if you had special orders or were waiting for things, they'll be coming. They just didn't make it into this shipment. But so I have to put these on card bases still, but one of the great things about the board program from Penny Black is we get these gorgeous, like, hand-colored card samples, okay? So this features all of these new stamps and these new dies. I mean, look at, they're just so, oh, I guess this one goes this way. given the sentiment, probably goes that way. So, I'm going to show you what came in, and then we'll kind of talk about it just a little bit. Okay, and then that is it. Now, we've had these ones before, but they went super, super quick, okay? So, we have the Ripple, which is this one. Do you guys love that? I mean, look at that. So, it makes this amazing frame, okay? But this bottom piece that's like slightly bigger, that is the piece that cuts out when you cut out the outside frame. So to cut this piece that they then inked in orange, you cut this one out and it's the piece inside. And then the next piece in white you cut with this frame. Because look at how perfect that border is. Do you guys love that? I mean, oh my gosh, right? So the Ripple is $19.99. Now when you see this, you're like, whoa, that's gorgeous. When you see this, you're like, huh, okay. That's what I gotta say. Okay, $19.99 on the Ripple. And then this is maybe one of the most unique dies that I have seen in a while, okay? And looking at this, you may either love it, you might hate it. You know, you might be like, what? Especially if you turned it over. Because, by the way, the word party doesn't come with the die. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you guys. So $20.99, you get these ones. But look at this, okay? Look at how fabulous, as a white-on-white landing space with just a little bit of ink, this makes for a card. I mean, it is so stunning and so easy to create your focal point, okay? So this one is called, I don't know, Curvature. Makes sense? And then this one is the Waves one. And again, you guys, I did show you these before when they came in, but I didn't have samples. So now I have the samples to show you. So this one uses just the smallest one. And I love how they're doing this with the frame on the outside, and then they just ink that inside piece. These are so unique, these dies. They're very different shapes than we've seen in the past, okay? So the new Stampin' Dies, we have Floral Vines, and you've got this gorgeous corner, the big ones here, and then that beauty. So $18.99 on the stamps and $24.99 on the dies. And this is the one that is here. I mean, look at that. It is just so pretty and really, really easy to watercolor. Okay. So that is Floral Vines. And then we have Sending Blooms. Okay. So this is so striking, but you know, maybe it has to do with orange, right? So that's going to be this one right here. And then you've got a couple of sentiments and another striking image. But either one of these florals can be presented in a way like this, and it'll be totally, totally gorgeous. So $18.99 and $24.99 on the die for Sending Blooms. Now, this one is called Feathered Kindness. And this, I think, is the one, yeah. It's just, I mean, look at with the die and everything, how delicate that little branch is. It's upside down. How about that? But you also have this gorgeous bird. And so the bird can go with that branch as well and just be really gorgeous, okay? Really easy to watercolor too. So $18.99 and $24.99. Look at this. So for those of you guys that got that rounded octagon, which is like one of my favorite new dies, it is on reorder, by the way. Look at how pretty that is. Simple, just gorgeous. Okay. This one is called Feathered Kindness. And then Delicate Silhouettes. So this made me laugh when I looked at it, because I look at this and I say silhouettes, yes. Delicate? Maybe not so much, right? But let me show you. When you stamp it tone on tone, it really just creates a simple kind of a background, okay? It isn't as like black. Why did I just stutter? That was weird. That was not intentional. So it's this little weed here, but they're actually bold enough that you can do the tone on tone and still have them show up. But, or you could just do them kind of as a watercolor. I just thought the name was kind of funny. Okay. And then we have Handmade Hug. So, their sentiment stamps are always fabulous. You get these, I just hugged you in my mind. Did you feel it? And in all honesty, some of these, I don't know which ones we've had before. Because we did get a shipment of some Penny Black before this, and I don't know if I've just looked at it so much that I think we've had it, or if it is actually brand new. The person who checked them in could tell us more, but, and then this one is great, because for those of you guys that are still working, chance made us colleagues, but the fun and laughter made us friends. Okay. So, I mean, you guys know, right? When you've worked with somebody for a long time, some people you like, some people you don't like, and then some people you just really, really click with. So that's a cool one because that is very, very different. So that is the sentiments that probably are on most of these sets. And then you guys, this embossing folder here is called Texture. I think we had this one in before with the last set of cards, but I mean, you guys, just look at the detail. So Penny Black's, what is all this black stuff? Penny Black's embossing folders, they're 2D, they're not 3D, but they are so delicately detailed that they are just phenomenal. And you guys, on this one, they actually used the debossed image to give you something a little bit more, just a little bit different, right? I love it. So Texture, this one is $9.99. And again, with their embossing folders, seeing them, like the samples of them done, really makes a big difference. Now, this is one that I don't think that we have had before. It's called Linked, okay? And so I don't even know how much you guys can see, but that one is on the background here. I mean, just look at how incredibly delicate that is. It is amazing to me what kind of delicate detail they can get. Okay, so then the last thing I just wanted to show you, actually from this card here, we were talking about the ripple. Well, wait, is it ripple? Yes, we were talking about ripple. But that one, the flowers on this one is actually from this set. It's 2 of these. So, I mean, look at how pretty that is, right? As just a little floral swag. This one is a really, really fun one. And so when they do these board programs, they put a list of stuff together and they send you the stuff, right? So sometimes it's a bit of a challenge to see what is used where. So like this one, little tiny butterfly right here. But actually this circle is the winner for this one because it gives you this really cool, like sketchy thing. See, they don't even use it on here. It's funny. So anyways, this one is, what's it called? Soaring. Obviously. Soaring. For $13.50. Okay, so that's Penny Black. Do you guys want me to do a recap? There's so much stuff. I mean, it is crazy how much stuff we covered today. Okay, I can do it really, really fast. All right. Let's see. I think I can. Okay, Lakeside Memories. 12 by 12 is $18.50. And then we do have all of the sheets in open stock. So you'll have to review to see those individually. But the 6x6s are $8.99. So we have the Lakeside Memories and then we have the Lakeside Memories Basics. And then we have, those are both $8.99. The Lakeside Memories cut-aparts, 18 sheets in here, 6 designs, 3 of each. You do have to fussy cut these, but they're a great value for embellishments, $11.99. And then everybody's favorites, including mine, because I'm always blown away, are the embossed die cuts. You get 4 sheets. They are pre-cut, so you don't have to cut them out, and they are embossed with that incredible detail. These are $10.99 for those guys. And then we also got in the birthday line. So Birthday Fun, the 12 by 12 collection is $18.50. And then we got in 2 6x6s. So we have Birthday Fun and Birthday Fun Basics. Those are both $8.99. And then we also have the embossed die cuts, which I apparently put in backwards, for $10.99. So just really cute dogs. Oh my gosh. Okay. So that is that one. Now, just as a reminder, because this is not really, but because I was super excited about this, I'm going to tell you guys again, because it just made my day. So this open stock paper is Birthday Fun A. That's the one that's got all of these. This little tiny die, this is the Postage Collage Circle Sentiments matching die. $3.50 is a great price, and it perfectly cuts out these little cupcakes to make the most adorable embellishments. Okay, so that is Paper Rose. Now, quickly, enamel dots, glitter enamel dots, $5.50. We have pink, we have silver, we have yellow, and we have gold. Okay, those two are fairly different. So I think for like bead kind of stuff, this one is going to be really, really great. And then we did just get in the toppers called Drinks and Cocktails, $9.99 on that one. We have the Coffee Moments 8x8 book, I believe is the size of this one. You get 16 sheets in here, $7.99. It's got some coffee stuff in here. I didn't even realize there was a sheet with some cut aparts in there. Oh, look at that. I didn't even show you guys that. Surprise. And then I showed you, this was the card that I did, or this was the demo that I did on Saturday, live on the video. So this is the Blooming Peonies bundle from Pink Fresh, and I know a number of you guys already picked this up, but it's normally $37.99. We have it on special for $29, and it's a red rubber stamp and a 7-piece layering stencil. Amazing, right? Absolutely amazing. And then just if you needed them, these are the A2 piercing layers dies. So it'll fit that A2 card, but it has all of those little dots. That one is $19.99. Just so that I don't forget, because I saw that a number of you guys already put your name down for this, because I'm so excited. This is the film strip PET tape, $7.50. You get 5 meters, and this right here is what I fell in love with. So you perfectly can see the image through the tape. It'll stick down perfectly, but it has this great antiquing. Like here, it just looks like it's going to make things like blurry and you know, kind of out of focus. But once you put it on something, you guys, I mean, that looks like an old-timey photo, right? Of tequila, obviously. That's still for you, Donna. Okay. So I did get quite a few of those in, but if I need to get more ordered, I want to make sure that we do it. All right. So the Poppy background die, it's called a Poppy decorative background die, $18.99. Happy anniversary die from Jamie Rogers. Can mix and match with the borders from the other sentiments in his collection, $7.99. And then we have a Cat's Secret ephemera book, $8.50. And it's got over 300, and they're all die cut, you guys. You don't have to fussy cut anything. Really good value. And then also with a Cat's Secret is just a gorgeous detailed rose background for $5.50. So from Arden, we have 2 new sentiment dies, Thank You and Miss You. And they're both, you know, a pretty good size, $7.99. I would cut these with adhesive on the backside to make your life easier. Excuse me. And then the newest release from Arden is called Page Starters. And we have the Page Starters paper pad in 6x8 and the Page Starters solid paper pad in 6x8. So $9.99, you get 24 sheets in each. This one is really fabulous, especially if you're kind of just getting started with this style. It is going to give you a kickstart that is really, I'm really impressed with this. And this, my friends, calls it solids, but they are delicately textured, really, really nicely done, okay? And the colors are muted enough, I think, that you can use them with quite a bit of stuff. And we've got the rub-on transfers for, this one is $9.99. You get the 2 sheets in there. We have the laser cuts, okay? So all of that delicate detail. These guys are $8.99. And then we also have the ephemera pack, which has all of these little label things in here, plus all of these guys. So $8.99, 117 pieces. But that was the one, just so you guys remember, that these super cool little teeny weeny rub-ons are going to fit on those guys and on those guys. Okay, so $8.99 on the ephemera pack. And then from the Hidden Creek collection, we have the decoupage paper, so thin, 12 sheets, and you got $5.50. This one is the one that I had him bring these over. You want to use the multimedia mat, and you want to use it with a brush, okay? That's going to be the best way to get the decoupage papers on and sealed in. And then we also have this beautiful set of rub-on transfers for $9.99. And then stencils, the letterbox collage, which is going to go really nicely also with Waffle Flowers postage collage, if you guys are working on that. $6.50 for that one. And then we have 3 stamps. We have Letterbox Remnants 01, which has tons of fun options. We have Artful Ledgers. This one has the cutest little stamps. All of these stamps are $12.99, okay? But you have more scripts and ledgers and just kind of cool stuff. Really great for doing backgrounds. And then this one has the butterflies and the dragonflies, which can be your focal if you wanted it to. It's called Ledger Wings, but I love these little snippets right here too, okay? Now, we have 2 bigger stamp sets. So those guys were $12.99 for a 4x6. These ones are slightly bigger than that. Here's the size of that one, okay? $14.50. And this one's called Maker's Mark. So much good stuff. I think this one, I'm in love with this stamp right here, okay? But Maker's Mark, $14.50. And then this one is Maker's Sentiments Clusters. And you get tons of these little kind of different background patterns than you got from the other stamps. Plus you get these little sentiments that are sort of crunched together, which is cool. And some reverse sentiments as well. All of these stamps for $14.50. And then lastly, because I am trying to go as quickly as I can here. I know I just had a lot to show you guys. So we have the 2 embossing folders from Penny Black. These are $9.99. We have texture and we have linked. Handmade Hug is $16.99. What is this thing called? Soaring. We've had this one before. $13.50. Ripple is $19.99. Waves is $21.99. And what is this one called? Curvature, which does not include the words party, is $20.99. And then the Floral Vines stamp and die set is $18.99 for the stamp and $24.99 for the die. The Feathered Kindness is $18.99 for the stamp and $24.99 for the die. And Sending Blooms is $18.99 and $24.99 for the die. And then there was this one called Delicate Silhouettes. This one is $18.99. And so if you need them, these card samples will be at the store for you guys to look at, okay? And then also, I think this might be the last thing on my table here to show you. So this is the Honeybee layered stamp from Paper Rose, and this one is $15.50. So much stuff. I hope you guys are like, oh man, mind blown. So much good stuff. And I still have more boxes to check in. So thank you guys for joining me. I know I rambled on for a long time, but I was very excited to show you all of this stuff because there's just so much. Have a good night, and we will talk to y'all tomorrow. Bye.